Welcome to Marion Matters with Mayor Morrell. Right here with me. I am so glad to have him joining me on the set today. We are going to be talking about all things pertaining to the city of Marion, and boy, do we have some exciting things to share with you. Marion is truly a city on the rise. I'm your host, Angela Stepp, and we want to invite you to visit us online, YouTube. You can find us WSOT at YouTube. And if you would, please take a moment to like and subscribe the videos there. And there's other locally produced content on that page as well. And if you're watching us on WSOT TV, we want to say thank you for supporting us. We are now in our 41st year of broadcasting throughout North Central Indiana. So thank you so much for your faithful support and for joining us today. Well, Mayor Morrell, boy, Marion, it is a city on the rise.
Yes.
I got to jump off here with some exciting news and a big congratulations to you and give some recognition. We have the National League of Cities Small Cities Council. You have been elected to serve a term of 1 year with that council. Congratulations. That is huge.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So the National League of Cities is the conference that encompasses all cities in the United States. And when they reached out to me and said that I was selected for this, I was surprised. I didn't know. And it was such a blessing. And to be able to go out and represent Marion on that national stage is such an honor and a privilege. And I'll do the best I can to tell about what's going on in our city and how we can bring more things here.
Now, this is not a small something. This is a big deal. This is a national effort.
Yes.
And you have a very well-esteemed group of people that you are serving alongside of. I might mention this year's council leadership will consist of Chair Mary Sarver. She is Mayor Pro Tem City of Grandview, Texas. You have Vice Chair Rashad Roberts, Council Member, Town of Chadbourn, North Carolina. And Vice Chair Gloria Solario, Council Member, City of Avondale, Arizona. So very diverse group of folks. You've got the heartland here in Indiana, and then you've got the coast, and you have Texas. So there's a lot of cities and a lot of communities represented. And the whole point of this council is to be able to bring positive impact and growth to small communities.
Yeah, so the National League of Cities has two councils. They have large cities, so that's 50,000 and up, and small cities and 50,000 and under. And on the small cities, when there's only 500 people throughout the whole nation that get to be a part of this, so I'm one of the 500. And our goal is to come together and come up with ideas, whether it's around development, infrastructure, etc., and how our small cities can be successful. Because Marion is very unique, but there's other places that are very similar. They're struggling with the same things and trying to overcome the same things. So being able to gather with like-minded people leading like-minded places is going to help us be more successful.
Yeah, I think that it's got to be a very special thing to be able to get together with people who are all experiencing some of the very unique challenges that municipalities face, right? All communities have them.
Yeah.
And when you have that collaborative effort of minds coming together that have experience, that are trying to solve these various problems, you're going to have some great things come out of that.
Yep, and I'm very excited to have our first meeting in Washington, D.C. actually in March. So I'm very excited for that, and I think we're going to have a good time.
I'm excited. Well, we look forward to having some feedback, follow up with you later on after you've had your meetings with them. So congratulations.
Oh, thank
again.
you so much.
Another big exciting thing that I think we want to talk about is you just recently did a business tour throughout the community, throughout Marion, and you visited a number of different businesses. You had Hudamaki, where you have the paper plates, right? And you had the Hearts and Kennedy, Cafe Valley, Bar Brothers, Manufacturing. What was your takeaway from all of those stops?
I think that one thing is, first of all, they're all doing amazing things, and we're just so thankful to have those employers, and we still have some more to get to, but we're going to keep making our way around. But one thing that I think that is common with all of them is they're producing things in Marion that go all across the United States and the world in some cases. So it's like we have things being made right here in Marion, Indiana that are serving people, in Egypt, serving people in California, serving people in Indianapolis. There's a wide variety of things being made and produced right here in Marion every single day.
Some of the exciting things I think that we could maybe share with folks is with regards to Hearts and Kennedy, they are expanding.
Yes.
And they are going to be offering some new employment opportunities.
Yes, so we have that. That was one exciting thing that came about is both Hearts and Kennedy and Cafe Valley are expanding. So Hearts and Kennedy will be adding 50 new jobs.
Yes.
Which is a big deal for us
That
and
is.
for them. So we're very excited for that partnership. And Cafe Valley will be adding 100 new jobs.
Wow.
And what's unique about them is talking about things that are made here. The Girl Scouts of America are now doing cupcakes.
Yes.
To go along with their cookies, and those will be made right here in Marion, Indiana, at Cafe Valley.
So you think about everybody knows Girl Scouts,
Yes.
and everybody knows the Girl Scout cookies, right? And there's a lot of knockoffs of those cookies too. But they're never quite the same as the actual Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
But now they've got cupcakes, and Marion, Indiana is the home
Yep.
of manufacturing for those Girl Scout cupcakes.
How cool is that?
It's amazing.
Marion, I mean, on the ride, Cupcakes got a ride.
That's
we're,
right.
We're on the rise, and we're
Marion
doing
is
some
a
great
city
things.
on the rise.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, we should shift over to some other fun things, like a teaser that you recently put onto, I think it was your Facebook, your public Facebook page, and it was about a possible South Side event space
Yes.
happening.
Yeah.
Could you share with us a little bit
definitely.
about that?
So, the vision behind it. So, the city of Marion owns quite a few properties, and how we got this a variety of ways. We acquired some off of tax sales, and other spaces were given to us over the course of the years, and we torn down what used to be there, etc. So, on the south side of town, about 34th and Nebraska, between 34th and 33rd, we have about 3 acres of property that just sits there and it's not being used. So what I'm trying to think about is how can we take the things that we own and turn them into something beautiful. So on the south side of town, if you look at it, we don't have any parks or any type of entertainment in that area. So what this is, it will be a space where people can gather. It's known as a food truck park. So these are pretty popular
Yes.
in different cities. I think it'll be really good here because we have a lot of great
We
food
have
trucks.
some good food
So
trucks
what this would
here.
allow for is 10 food trucks to be able to park and have all the hookups that they need. And then in the middle of it will be an event lawn space and an amphitheater and picnic table. So essentially this is like a place where people can go and gather, eat, have a good time. And it can
That
function all year
is
round too.
A year-round
Yeah.
opportunity, and wow, wouldn't that be great for food truck vendors? I mean,
Yes.
gracious, there are a lot that travel. We have the fairs and the festivals and things that happen in the warmer weather months.
Yeah.
But once the cold months set in, and we have a few of those,
Yeah.
right? Especially as we are recording this today with icy
Yeah.
snow mix ready to hit any minute. That's going to give the food truck vendors a place throughout the winter months
Yes.
that they can locate,
Yep.
and that we can go and still enjoy the delicious food that they're preparing on a regular basis.
Yeah, and that's
So-
the goal. And then we're gonna. It's going to have some phases to it. And one of the final phases, we'll have like those heaters installed, like the vertical
Oh,
ones,
yes.
so people can hang out anytime and enjoy these different food trucks. This will be a true hub for food and entertainment for
This
our
is a
city.
brilliant idea.
Oh, thank you.
So
Yeah.
do we have any kind of timeline or any
So,
kind of physical actual plans yet,
yeah, so
or is it just a dream?
It's still in the schematic design phase, but what we're going
Okay.
to start right now is actually gutting the space, so milling down all of the concrete and then getting it ready for development. So in a perfect world, I think some construction will start this year during the spring and summer, and hopefully be full and functioning by next year.
Oh, that's exciting. Wow. I think there are going to be a lot of people
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
pleased about that. So great job on that. And we need to also point out Charles Park,
Yes.
right? That finishing touches for that is
Yes.
going to be happening here in the springtime.
Yes, that's going to be coming up. So we'll have a few finishing touches. One is we're adding lights, so people will be able to play on the basketball court and use the fitness court once it gets dark as well. So we'll have lights and they'll be timed like it was similar to our pickleball courts.
Oh, good.
And then on the court, we're actually going to do a mural. Tashima Davis is a local artist.
Yes, she's good.
And she's dedicating this mural to the court. Because every court is just a black top or concrete. This will be now something special that pops out, and I think it will attract people from everywhere because we have such a special kind of court.
I agree. And she is a very talented
Yes.
artist. I've seen her work, and she's a great teacher as well. And wow, we are very, very fortunate to have
Yes.
her create something custom, which I think we have a graphic provided by the city
Yes.
that we're going to pop up on the screen for you right now to be able to see. That's the the graphic artwork, that blue background there is what you're going to see on the basketball fitness court area there at Charles Park. And I think there's going to be a lot of pride
Yes.
that comes from the community when they have that kind of beautification happening right there in their backyard.
Yes, definitely.
So I should talk also, another idea here is a vision map for the Riverfront District that was
Yeah.
recently released by the city. And that kind of, we're going to put that on the screen now too. That gives folks kind of an idea of what we've been talking about as you've
Yes.
shared over the last several months of the things that are going to be happening. And that includes the loft apartments, the
Yep.
recent groundbreaking.
So this is I would call it a master plan for our Riverfront District that will unfold over the next 4 to 5 years. And so the groundbreaking for River Rocks Loft is the cornerstone for us. So that is going to begin some construction here in the spring, a lot of earth moving and work like that.
Yeah.
So that'll start there. And then one of the other things on the map you'll see is the redevelopment of the Jones School Building. So if you ever drive past there now, all the dumpsters are parked out there. They're working and gutting it out. Those will be nice luxury apartments and cottages. And then on the map you'll see our next big thing, which is the Ballard Field development. And that's about 19 acres that the city owns. And with that, we're looking to turn that into a youth sports complex.
Okay.
And it'll be all outside. So right now we have about 3 or 4 soccer fields out there, but we have the capacity to have about 8. And that'll be really nice. And on the other side, you'll have about 5 baseball and softball diamonds.
Oh, wow.
And then you have a dog park as well. So you'll be pulling into Marion and you'll see Jones thriving and doing great things. You cross the bridge and see this big hub where people gather and have tournaments on the weekends and just all those kind of things. And then you'll see there'll also be a place for food trucks to park down there to be able to attract people. And then what we're doing is extending our Riverwalk, where it currently stops at about Washington and First Street, into that park. So we'll add about another mile or so to turn our 2.5 mile walk into about 3 miles now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a big project. It'll take some years, but once it's done, this will attract people to come into Marion from all around.
I can truly see that, to have the infrastructure in place for the recreation, right? We have timelines in place.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to start to get really excited now that they can actually have a visual and see the progress that's happening. And I think things like the downtown, the parking pavilion there on 4th Street or State Road 18, as you're just coming into the immediate downtown area, that parking pavilion, I don't think people realized how much it was needed until we had it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And that was something that, I might add, came up very quick. That was something that was envisioned, and then you just made it happen.
Yeah. We have such an excellent team that I work them all very hard, but they get things done, and I'm very proud of them.
Yeah, that's something, I think that we probably should take a moment just to talk about your team for just a brief second. And it is something that you had shared very early on, is the recognition of the team and the importance of casting a vision, but just letting the team have a chance to put their gifts and talents to work on behalf of the community.
Yeah.
What's the overall mood, would you say, of the team right now?
Yeah, I think they're all very excited because, I give them the liberty to bring me ideas and get things done. And, we're moving in, so it's never like a down moment with City Hall right now. Is that I'm constantly cranking out ideas, and, a lot of them have my personal number, and I'll pop up in the middle of the night and text them at 3 a.m. and say, hey, this is what I want to do tomorrow, and they get on it, and so, none of the success you're seeing in Marion right now would be possible without that team that's working so hard every single day, so I really appreciate them.
Yeah, I'm sure. And, I think that folks here in the community appreciate what you and your entire administration is doing. And I think for the first time, we're starting to see some excitement and some hope, and that there's a shift happening. Can you sense a shift happening as you're out and about?
It's when you're actually at work every day and grinding it out, you really don't see it. But then when you go out and you visit and see people at Walmart or Meijer or anywhere, and I had someone come up to me yesterday and she was in tears, like literal tears, like thanking us, thanking me for all the stuff that we're doing. And she said she felt encouraged for the first time in Marion for a long time. So that's when you start realizing that, like, okay, wow, this is really touching people.
It really is.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some other initiatives that you have brought in for folks who are new residents of Marion. We'll talk about that a little bit later, or maybe returning residents to Marion. So we'll bring that up here in a little while. But what we need to do is we need to pause for a really quick break, and we want to invite you to check out our YouTube page. Don't forget WSOT at YouTube. You can find us there. You've got Marion Matters with Mayor Morrell and the community update and all the other locally produced programming that we put out from the WSOT TV studios there for you to view on demand. Take a moment, if you would, please, to like and subscribe the videos. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps us out a lot as we work to try to build out our presence there on YouTube. We'll be right back with some more Marion Matters in just a moment.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. Protected the weak and defeated the strong. Shown courage and compassion. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
You're watching Marion Matters with Mayor Morrell, and we are talking about the city of Marion, Indiana, a city on the rise. And boy, have we got some more exciting things to share with you. Mayor Morrell, you have just kept the momentum going. That was one of the things early on that everybody noticed with you're in your first term as mayor, and now you are in year 2 of your first term. And boy, that momentum that you just, you hit the ground running, and you have just kept going. And we are excited because we are in year 2, and wow, the groundbreaking and all of the things happening. And yet here's another new exciting thing happening with a skate park.
Yes.
This is the Hunger Skate Park.
Yes.
Right? This is a project that is it kind of in that vision state?
So it's still early on. So I tell you, our council president, Councilman McKinley, approached me about this early on last year and said, hey, if we build one of these style skate parks, people travel all across the nation to visit them. I said, really? I didn't know. So I kind of put it off for a second, and then I looked into it, and this is really like if you get like a national recognition and a monument for people to come and visit this. So what this is not your traditional skate park where you see ramps that are like made out of metal. This is like digging into the earth, and it's all made out of all concrete. So it's like a permanent install. And it's an amazing thing. So I'm super excited to be able to continue to explore this and build one here. So we have our skate park right now. It's called Hogan Park, which is older equipment. I think it's about 30 years old now, and it's the older style ramps that are like built on top of the ground. So we would tear all that out and build this like as an install into the ground, where it's just a complete game changer for people who want to come and skate and ride their BMX bikes.
So this is this skate park, then the new skate park is going to go in over top of where with the current
in the same spot.
Hogan
Yes.
skate. So anybody that is used to enjoying that skate park, they're going to be able to now we've got something exciting to look forward to. And wow, I think about like the different ramps, and I can the tracks and things that they could, but to now know that you're going to be putting in a permanent concrete structure with all the. This is going to be a significant.
Yeah, people are going to come out. We're excited about it. So right now we're going through our scoping phase and trying to figure out the right size for the space, and then obviously the cost associated with it based on the size. So I think we're probably about another, by end of quarter 3, we'll have the plan solidified, and then we'll be able to start moving forward with construction. Hopefully before the end of the year, start construction. And then I think it's about a year or so build from there.
That is amazing. Now you put out a opportunity for folks in the community to be able to take a survey and share some of their likes and hopes for this. Do you have any results back from the survey yet?
No, because it's still active.
It's still active?
I don't think if we've got the results back yet. But what I will say that I've seen so far as a surprise. So I don't skate. I don't know much about the skateboard industry, but when we put that out there, so many people that you would never. Most people I don't think realize how many people in Marion, but not just Marion, all of Grant County. Because that's the only skate park in Grant County is that one. So how many people in Grant County actually do skate and are really excited about this?
So if folks want to get on board with the survey, they can go to the City of Marion's website?
Yep, website, and I think there's a QR code on there, and it'll give you how to get onto there. Oh, and or City of Marion's social media as well.
And either one. And we have a graphic that we're going to pop up on the screen for everybody to see. And that graphic has a QR code on it as well. So we're going to leave that up for just a short moment here. If you want to grab your cell phone and do a quick scan on that QR code, then that'll take you with a quick link straight to the survey page there for the city. That is an exciting thing, and I know I'm saying exciting because there's a lot of good that's happening, and it is so refreshing to be able to say that. And so we're going to keep doing that. We're going to move on next to some improvements that happened in animal control, care and control, facility improvements, much needed.
Yes.
A lot of furry friends pass through those doors into their next new homes, right? And wow, the kennels, the upgrades that have happened. Would you share with us a little bit?
Yeah. So what most people may or may not know is, the city of Marion does animal care and control for the whole entire county. So that facility is seeing all the animals that happen throughout all of Grant County. So we want to make sure it's functioning in tip-top shape, from the kennels to the vehicles to everything about it. So we're investing money in that to be able to take care of the animals in our county, and also be able to help rehome them in those situations. So our director, Brittany Shroud, does a great job over there. So we want to continue to invest money out there, because I believe the building was built around 2008, and it's been kind of sitting there without much reinvestment since then. So our goal is, as I said before, Marion deserves nice things, and this situation includes our animals as well. So we want to make sure that everybody in Marion has the opportunity to experience nice things.
So I understand that the county is going to be providing some funding.
Yes.
Maybe it was a pretty big number.
Yeah, so
like
the
500.
county. Yeah, so the county partnered with us with some of their ARPA funds because they use our services. So we I'm so thankful for that partnership. We negotiated this out where they provided us $500,000 to be able to help remodel and continue on our operations and serving all of Grant County.
It is so needed.
Yeah.
It is so needed, and animals they need our help, right?
Yes.
So and what a nice thing to be able to. We're going to pop up a picture. There's also on the screen that has a picture of some of the new kennels, and everything is all shiny and new and clean. And, oh, it's wonderful. And we were talking earlier about the recreational development area that's going in with as you're coming into town, but you've got some exciting new signs or gateway signs, if you will. They're going to be popping up in the near future. They're under construction. For folks that don't know, can you tell us what is a gateway sign and where will they be located?
So I think one of the ones that people will recognize the most is when you're coming into Marion off of 18. And they have that kind of peninsula, and you will see the green and gold "Welcome to Marion, Indiana" signs, which I think have been there since 1993, and they never changed them. So I thought, this is our time. It's been 31, 32 years. This is our chance to kind of rebrand and do it kind of bigger and better. Another location is when you're coming into Marion off of Highway 37, right in front of CBS, I believe. And there's one right there as well. So we took those out and we designed some larger ones with lights, and this time we're gonna have like a more elegant base, so there'll be like stones on the outside. It's a big sign, so people will know.
Nice presence.
Yeah, it's a nice presence, because that is a gateway sign. That's the first thing people see when they pull into Marion are those signs. So we want to make sure we're leaving a great first impression.
Yeah, that is needed, and I think that, like you said, kind of new and improved, bigger and better, right? Because that is right there in line with the theme of what we're talking about. Marion is a city on the rise, and it is important that that first introduction into the community gives a very good impression.
Yes.
And to let them see that solid, new, this is we take pride in our community.
100%, yeah.
That is awesome. And you can see on the screen if you're watching that you have the infrastructure of the skeletal structure, if you will, of the signs that are being produced right now. Is that something that's being produced here locally? Or?
Yeah, so our design team for that is a Bad Apple Graphics, which is located in Marion. So they're doing all the work. I mean, it involves a lot of things. So stone work, then you have masonry, and then you have concrete work as well. So these are going to be a big deal. So we're excited for it.
Oh,
yeah.
well, we will definitely, when they are ready to be installed, we will definitely get some video footage of that and make it big to do, because it's an exciting thing.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about, then we're talking about gateway signs, and I mentioned earlier about some a new program for new residents to Marion or returning residents to Marion.
Yeah.
And I always want to call it a welcome basket, but they're welcome bags.
Yes, yeah.
And I understand that anybody that is new or newly returning to the city, that your administration is inviting them to stop by your office, the mayor's office,
Yes.
and pick up a welcome bag.
Yes, and we have all kind of goodies in there. There's certificates in certain places. There's discount cards, other places, there's hats and there's mugs. And we want to make people, we want to do so. It's a small token, but we want to do something to make people feel welcome into our city. And this is our small token towards new and returning residents.
So they are going to be able to come in and they're going to get a lovely gift.
Yes.
They may get to say hello to you.
Yep.
If you're there, because
yes.
I know you're out and about running
Yeah.
around. So I know that there's a good chance so that they'll get to see you. And then they're also going to get kind of the inside scoop on some of the things that are happening here in the city. And nobody wants to miss out on an inside scoop, right?
Right. Yes.
It's a good way to say welcome to our community, I think.
Yes.
Speaking of our community, last year was a big deal with citywide cleanup.
Yeah.
And you're going to make sure that those citywide cleanup days happen again here. And the first one is going to be in the spring, in April, I believe,
Yes.
April the 12th. But you've got 6 dates this year instead of 4.
Yes. So we wanted to do those corresponding with all the city council districts. So there's 6 different ones. And the first one begins April 12th, and this is, when we travel around, this is one of the most complimented things is our citywide clean days. People really love these, so we're doing it even bigger and better this year, and we're super encouraged about how many people showed up last year, and I think we're going to have a great turnout again from the 6th this year.
I really think so too. I do. And it's something that I think when you give people an opportunity to improve and to make things better, that they're going to grab that opportunity. And the city also has some job openings that I know that that's something that the city is always looking for new help, right? But we should probably definitely point out that there is a streets department, a full-time labor position there that people can go onto the city website and apply for. And then, since we're talking about springtime, we should mention that Splash House.
Yes.
They've got some
start.
hiring opportunities, right?
Yes. So come work for us. We would love to have you. You know, the Splash House is a great time, and the street department is a great time. You know, one of the things that they do that most people don't know in the street department is they set up all the walkway lights.
Yes.
So you get a chance to do that and see the inner workings of that. It's very cool.
It is. It really is. And we just have a moment left here to talk about the podcast. We've given it a little lip service before.
Yes.
How Marion works. I just want to give you a chance to give a little shout out to Layla Price-Bodkin and do a little promo for it.
Yeah, so Layla's doing a great job with this, and she's partnering with a local entrepreneur with Frequency Campus that's doing the recording. The vision behind this and the reason why I moved forward with that initiative is people have so many questions about how each department in the city of Marion works, and I thought, what if we just did a show dedicated to how everything in Marion works?
Yes.
So we can answer all the questions, the most frequently asked questions, and from each department head specifically. So what we're doing is Layla is traveling around to each department, and we're doing a show dedicated to that specific department with that department head, and answering all the frequently asked questions, and telling a story about how Marion works.
You've got 3 episodes out now, right?
Yep.
And I think episode 3, going off memory here, was Set the City on Fire.
Yeah, the fire. Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Mayor Morrell, we've got to wrap up because we're out of time. But I want to say thank you so much for coming and sharing with us
thanks
all
for
of the
having
things
me.
that are going on. And we love being able to talk about the good things that are taking place.
Yes.
Marion really is a city on the rise.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, as we conclude today's episode of Marion Matters, we want to say a great big thank you to Basic Systems USA for their generous donation to help our nonprofit outreach ministry here at Sunnycrest Baptist Church to be able to function and operate the WSOT TV outreach ministry. So for 41 years, we've been broadcasting throughout North Central Indiana, and we are as I said, a ministry, a nonprofit. So we exist solely on the gifts and donations provided by people just like you. And so if you do want to help support our ministry, we want to invite you to go to our website. It's sunnycrestchurch.org. Click on the donate button and choose WSOT TV, and you will be helping us continue in our efforts to put out quality family programming that you can trust throughout Marion, Grant County, and North Central Indiana. That's all the time that we have for today. Thanks so much for joining us. God bless.